Good morning, creator. Welcome to Odessa Rose Creates. I'm Robin Schmidt, and I'm an independent chalk couture designer, which means I'm going to share with you my love of chalking and some of my techniques and ideas. So if you're interested in chalk couture, I have all kinds of links up above in the description where you can go and shop my website. And on that website, you can learn about joining our club, which is always a beautiful design every month that comes to your home with 3 paste packets, so you can create. Those transfers are exclusive to clubbies, club designers, and ourselves. So club members and designers. So they are not available to purchase. So, and they are always outstanding. I mean, we've had the lemon and we had the hummingbird this summer, 2 different themes. And July is going to be about cherries. It's adorable. I don't think I've posted a picture of that yet, but it's going to be super cute. And what else? And also learn about how, if you want to build a business as a chalk couture designer and have me as your mentor and advisor, there's a section on Become a Designer. So let's get started. Yesterday, I took some time and shared with you how I created my design piece that got the Art Choice Award by Chalk Couture at a convention last week. And then I also, with that, I got a prize packet of new products that no one else has their hands on yet. So that's kind of fun. And one of them was the tea is a hug in a mug, or you can put coffee, or you can put cocoa on there. There's 3 choices. We're going to work with that transfer a little bit more today. I'm going to change up the design a little bit and give you another idea what to do with that. And then, if we have time, and I think we will because I've already done the base work, I just need a chalk. We're going to work with a retired transfer that was available earlier this month. We had some retired transfers that came out of the vault and people were able to purchase. They are all now sold out. But the idea is that we have another catalog coming out July 6th, which is where this is going to be. And some of our designs are retiring. So on my Odessa Rose page, I listed those that are retiring, those that'll be on pause until they come back in season next year. And then, so check those out, because if there's any of those that have been catching your eye, you might want to think about ordering them, because you never know if they will ever come back. And I want to show you how to think out of the box of retired transfers. That these are the ones that were available earlier this month that are gone, but go look at the list and think about what you could do with them. Okay, so if you missed this, that was yesterday's live, so go check that out too when we're done. But we're going to use that same transfer. We're going to use the coffee and tea part, and I'm just using a repurposed sign. It was white with some wording on it. I brushed a little bit of black fusion mineral paint. I didn't even do it very neatly. It's just one coat. You can still it kind of looks worn, you know, which is cool. I'm going to leave it like that. You could paint it a solid black if you wanted to. It's kind of like what your preference is. But here's what we're going to do. Do you remember, I swear we said this a lot when we were a kid. I don't know if it was on a movie or what, but it was coffee, tea, or me. And he used to say that. You want coffee, tea, or me? I don't even know where that came from, but if you heard that saying many years ago, maybe people still use it, put a laughing emoji in your comment, because I don't know, when I saw this transfer, I thought of coffee, tea, or me. So we're going to make a coffee, tea, or me sign. I think it'll be pretty fun. And I'm going to find myself on my iPad here so I can see who's with me today. Hopefully somebody is. I see comments, but I can't find my live. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know what the deal is. Hold on. It's not popping up. It says I'm live, but I'm not seeing it. There we go. Okay. Good morning, Carol and Joanne and Karen from Arizona. I'm glad to have met you too, Karen. Thanks. Darla, okay, we got some laughing emojis. Coffee, tea, or me. I mean, did you not say that as a kid? I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but that's what I thought of when I saw that transfer. Coffee, tea, or me. Oh my goodness. So, for the me part, you can get me's from everywhere, like from your home transfers, ME, from welcome, ME, memories, ME. So if you go through your transfers, you're probably going to find some me's, ME, and I'm going to pull it off of this transfer. It's a welcome transfer. It's called Welcome Greetings, and we're going to use this ME right here for the me. And for the or, I didn't look very deeply for or, but I know I saw on this transfer I'm going to work with in a little bit, there's the word core, and it's just about the right size of OR because I don't want the or to be very big. So I'm just going to lay this on there and chalk the word or. So coffee, tea, or me. Okay, so repurpose sign. Of course, you could, you know, lay this out however you want. And my original idea I changed, but I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to do coffee, tea, and then or, and then that big me down here. So we just want to make sure we have room for the or me. So probably like up in here. And we're just going to do this in white and maybe gold. Maybe I'll put the gold shimmer in me, in the coffee cup, and the teacups in gold. And then all the coffee, the words coffee and tea. You know what? I'm going to do this all in white and just do me in the glitter because that's what's important is the me part, right? I got to get my gold shimmer. I think I put that away. So everything in white except for the word me, okay? Now, I have not, oh, I know what I want to do. I painted this with some Fusion mineral paint. You can use any paint, but, oops, look at my thing is all painted over. It's Fusion mineral paint. That's my paint of choice, but you can use any paint you want. You just kind of want to make sure you wax. And where is my can opener? I tell you, my craft room is a disaster. I have product everywhere because I just won't take the time to put stuff away. I just want to craft and create. Okay, I'm going to put a little wax on it. This is just Min Wax finishing wax paste. You can use Couture's paste, which I know I always tell you, I keep forgetting to buy that. Even last night off our retired list, Grayish chalk paste, which is one of my favorites. There's light, kind of a gray beige, beigey gray color, I would say, is going to retire. And there's nothing really else out there like it. So I'm going to, I ordered a couple jars of it. Hopefully it's in the dreamy, creamy formula. I think it should be. And, you know, it'll keep on the shelf for a long time. Okay, so I put a little bit of wax. That's to protect the paint and also our transfer. So much goodness for using wax. Okay. Coffee, tea, or me. Pretty cute. So I'm fuzzing this one. I haven't used coffee yet. We used the tea yesterday. And I'm just going to center it. I thought about pulling it to the left, but with that big me, I'm just going to put it up here in the center. I'm going to center it. I might do the steam on the coffee mug and the teacup in the gold. So we can just lay these right all together. I'm just gonna do these two first, and then we'll do the me, and then I'll slide that or in there. I wish I should have took the time and found a smaller transfer that has OR together. It's easier if they're side by side. But you can always use your fonts if you have some fonts too. So we need gold shimmer and our white. I got paint all over my hands from our next project I'm going to show you. I'm going to do 2 projects today. Okay, so we got a gold shimmer and our white. Let's say hello. You don't have to wait till... I do not wait until the wax dries. I do not. I just go right on it. I just go right on it. Been doing that for years, so I guess it's okay. Haven't had any trouble. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my gold shimmers on the steams from the cups. And everything else will be in white. Use a small squeegee for this. It all in those silk screens. Okay, we're going to come down and do the teacup also in the white. We're keeping this pretty neutral today. Coffee, tea, or me. Say what? Okay, let's pull this off. So we got those 2 done, right? There's the tea. Let's lay that on the paper. And here's the coffee. Okay, so we want those to dry. And then we're going to put the me on there and the or me. I'm going to dry it with my dryer. I got a speck of white paste out here in the middle of nowhere, so I'm just going to clean that up real quick. Don't really know where it came from, how it got there, but okay, now we're going to take our welcome and use the me part. And I'm going to put that down in here. And I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. Try to have the same border here as I do here. Maybe just a little bit higher. And then we could put or right in here. Or here. I think I'll center it. Everything's centered, so. Now, I'm going to put this paper on part of this so I don't have to wrestle it. All this, I can just work with this section here, and I'll lay it on the buzzing cloth a couple times just to make sure. I think I've used this. I can't read. Yeah, I have. It looks like it's got paste in it. So we kind of want to center this me in here, something like this. And we're gonna do this in gold, right? I think it'll show up. I'm gonna go with white. I think I want it to show up really well. I could put that little the little curlicue that came with this guy, this part right here. I could put that under the word me in gold to bring out the gold again. So I'm gonna raise this up a little bit because I'll have plenty of room for or because it's really small. So we're gonna do this in white, and then I'll put that curlicue in gold underneath it. Kind of matches all these curlicues of the steam. So let's make sure we got the air pockets out. So it's coffee, tea, or me. We're using me from the word welcome. And this coffee, tea, or me is Hug in a Mug, which will be available July 6th from our new autumn winter catalog. Okay, it's not available now. I have it because it was in my prize package. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this back on it better on a whole sheet so I can wash this in a minute. This is funny. So let this dry. We'll put or in there and we'll put the squiggly on the bottom with gold shimmer. Okay. And I gotta find that transfer. Here it is. So I'm gonna get out that little squiggly. Hi everybody, good morning. When you do have this wax on here and you're using a really intense heat gun like this, it can kind of start to soften that wax up and look shiny, and so sometimes you need to like cool your board down till that wax solidifies a little bit more before you keep working. So if you're putting a lot of heat on it and you can see that wax is getting shiny, that means you've you know, got it too warm maybe. So sometimes I have to cool off my board and to get that wax to go back to solid. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and do the or, and then I'll put that gold on. So I should have took the time and found an or, but it is on here. It's just the right size. So I'm going to, this transfer is meant to be cut in half, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. And then I'll pull out or from the word core. Like I said, you could probably find O and R on a lot of different transfers. I just didn't take the time to go look. put some fuzz on the back. Play by the rules. See, it's not really sticking to my towel very well, so it's not overly sticky. So it should be okay. So now I need OR. Probably like right in here. I'm just going to use my multi-tool with a little bit of white paste and just do OR. Okay. And now we can do our squigglies. Squiggly. I'm going to do that right in here. And we'll do that with the gold shimmer. The shimmers are a little bit harder to get into your silk screen, so you kind of want to go over them different directions and several times to make sure that glitter, shimmer glitter, gets down in through the silk screen and onto your board so you have a good print. So just go over it a few times. There, coffee, tea, or me. Isn't that cute? Yes. I need some hearts for that. My goodness, that's cute. There's just a little bleed out on my oar, just a little one. I can fix that with a Sharpie or even wet down a little Q-tip or something and take it away. I'll probably just let it dry really well and just put a little Sharpie ink over it. And because it's a very, very small area. But coffee, tea, or me. So cute. I'm kind of liking that. It's turned out really cute. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And the next thing we're going to work on, let me set these over there too, is a diagonal palette board, which I already prepped. They come like this with the gray paint on them. Diagonal palette board. One of my favorite surfaces for our full-size C transfer patterns. Yeah, and I'm down to like one left, so I'm gonna have to order some more of these. So I brushed on some of my Raw Silk Fusion mineral paint, and I don't even go out to the edges. You can still see the gray under it, right? And then that was with the lighter tone. And then while that raw silk was still wet, I brushed on some Golden Glow by Folk Art craft paint. So it kind of blended in a little bit. You can still see some of the lighter shade underneath and some of that Golden Glow. Is that what it's called? Golden Glow. So it kind of made it a creamy off-white. Then I took it out to my shop in, I should say my husband's shop because it's not really mine, but I used the sander out there. And then I sanded and distressed the edges. You see that there. Okay. I even painted a little bit on the sides, okay? So there it is. It's easy to do. Just brush on paint. You don't even have to be perfect at it because you want some of that gray to show through, at least on this design. And so I just sanded it. You can still see the gray. I even sanded a little bit in here so some of that undertones come through. Okay? So super fun to do, super easy. Sometimes I'll do this with more of a gray tone versus the cream tones. So it doesn't really matter. You just kind of want a good neutral under it, under your design. And we are going to work on the retired transfer that I got earlier this month. That was the retired transfers that came out. And I got two actually. We're going to do a little bit with this too. this apple pie one, which is this huge apple pie recipe. I'm just going to use this because also I know this is a lattice pie crust, but also can be kind of like a garden lattice, like I'm going to put sections of it on my board to kind of mimic a garden, like the garden lattice. So it's not going to be a full-on pattern. It's just kind of going to be that worn background pattern. Okay, so we're going to use this. And then on top of all that, probably in black and brown mixed together, we're going to use we're not going to put any color in it. We're going to keep it neutral and do like a deep brown or black and do this whole strawberry jam on top of my lattice. The lattice we're going to do in white. And then we're also going to antique that. After I put my lattice on, I'm going to antique all this, wax it, and then we're going to put the strawberry jam on last. So it's all about prepping your surface and preparing your background or your negative space of your design. That's what I love to do, and I just think it gives it more character and a little more unique versus just pulling out this gray board and putting that strawberry jam transfer on. So, all right, let's take our apple pie. Lay that part. I don't need that part. I just want the lattice. We're going to be a garden lattice. Oops, somebody's asking something. Your new tool will work great to fix that. Yes, it will. Absolutely. I can use that little pointy thing. It's such a small little area. I could just use a Sharpie too. Okay, so I kind of want the lattice to be on the diagonal. And like I said, I'm just going to do like sections. And it's not even going to be perfect. I've done, you've probably seen me do stuff like this before. Just kind of randomly put a worn look of lattice in the background. That's what I'm doing. And we're just going to do it in white because we are going to antique this down a little bit, so that white will get dirty and worn looking. So that'll be good. We already got a squeegee. All right. So just kind of not fully on like this, okay? Pick that up. I'm going to dry that and lay some more out. So it does look like lattice in the garden, like a trellis, or like a wooden lattice. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? I think so. See it? Ooh, go that way. Okay. So you kind of want to have that same pattern, like the lattice going through. So you kind of want to pay attention how you're laying it down the next time here. Get it straightened up here. Okay. So again, on the diagonal. And I want to kind of like follow this little lattice strip coming down. So we kind of want to do that right in, let me think here. I'm just going to follow that line. As long as we follow the line down, we know we're kind of in the same area. Push it down. If you start in the middle and work your way out, that kind of helps push down your transfer as you go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And so I don't want it to look like a bunch of circles. I'm going to try to match it up a little bit more right in here and come this way with it. Because I'll sand this down a little bit to distress it even more, and then we're going to antique it, and then we're going to put on strawberry jam on top. So let's see if we can kind of line this up a little bit. It would be, you gotta look at your overs and unders, right? So that would be over. So I just want to carry it down in more of a longer area so it doesn't look like I have circles on here. So just kind of like that. All right. So, you know, keeping with the cream and the white, so we have a pretty neutral background so that, let's see here. So that our top silk screen print will show up well on the neutral background. So we want to keep that going. Like if I put a dark brown lattice on or a darker brown, that might fight what you're going to put on your last transfer. So I think with the white and then distressing it down and all that goodness, it's going to look good. Okay, I want just a little bit on the end here. I got to make sure my lattice is going in the right direction. Let's see. Stick into everything. Just drop some paper towels. Yeah, it's starting to silk screen's starting to get a little clogged up with paste, but I'm going to try to throw in some more patterns in here a little bit. Just a little bit. I think that's pretty good. Like I said, I don't really need to have it all the way. Goodness gracious. Well, this isn't super sticky because it's easy to peel off itself. If it is hard to peel off, try not to stretch it out. Just go put it in water. That helps. If you get it wet, it'll pull apart easier. And I'm just going to do a little bit over here. Right along the side here. Okay, we are done with our lattice. Okay, I came off the apple pie. I'm going to dry this really well. We're going to distress it up. And then we'll put on strawberry jam and some bark and black smeared, mixed together. Any questions? I gotta hold it up so you can see it better. It's hard to see with that glare. Okay, I'm gonna dry this really well. I'm gonna put it in my spray stain box and stain it. That'll really darken up these edges of the exposed wood areas. But we also want to sand this down. Because of this fine transfer that we're putting on with this little letterings and everything, it's a lot of detail in that transfer. And you want a really smooth surface. So we're going to sand this down a little bit and make that lattice a little bit more smooth, so we don't have a lot of bleed through on our next transfer. So make sure this is dry because we want to sand, stain, and then wax. Excellent. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of sandpaper. You don't need much. It's got a lot of green paste on it. Okay. So we're just smoothing down that chalk paste from the lattice so we have a smoother surface to transfer on next. And you'll be able to tell that it's smoother just by doing this. Okay. You can see the chalk paste dust. You take a towel. I'll try to find another towel. I have one that's not a fuzzing towel. This will do. And just kind of wipe all that chalk paste off, all that dust. Okay. Now we gotta make room for the big spray box. So I gotta put some stuff away, or scoot it out of the way. So I get my spray box. And I'll show you this stain spray that I got. It's a craft product. So I'm going to lay this in this box. You can see where I have sprayed before. So you don't want that spray going all over your work surface. So I'm laying it in a big box like so. And I bought this as a set of 3. Got it at the craft store. It's a Tim Holtz product, which Ranger makes. And it's called Spray Stains. Okay, let's see if I can turn them around. 3 different colors here. This one's linen. It's a really light yellowy color, almost the color of this paint. And then we have vintage photo, which is a lighter brown, and then walnut stain, which is darker. Okay, so I'm gonna see what the medium was, the vintage photo looks like on it. And I always seem like I end up going to the darker one. But I'm just gonna spray it around the edges, and then I'm just gonna take a paper towel and rub it in. And that's the ones that fell on the floor. And this may kind of take away my chalk paste. It's really darkening it. I'm glad I didn't go with the super dark. Because this is water-based, it may start to lift up your chalk paste a little bit. But it's just darkening. So I'm going to spray it on my cloth, my paper towel, and blot it, because I don't want it to start softening up my chalk paste too much. And this spray is really meant for cards, like cardstock. But I like to experiment with stuff, and I'm going to put it on here. And I might leave some of it a little bit more white. And I'm going to rub it on the edges here so it blends in. I like working with this because it does clean off your hands really well. Like, it's not going to stain your hands, so I don't have to worry about that. So we got this distressed lattice back here. I'm going to leave some of it more white so it shows through a little bit. Probably make this the top with the lighter on the top and then the darker on the bottom. It's kind of fun. All right, I'm going to put this away, and then I'm going to dry with the dryer, and then we're going to put some wax on, and then we'll put our final transfer on. Let me get this out of the way. It's a big box. Okay, so there we have our distressed background. It's got a little lattice going on. It's got some craziness going on. It's still neutral. I'm gonna dry this. You can feel it feels a little damp, so I'm gonna dry it. Saying hello Donna. Hi. We're working on a diagonal palette board. This would be kind of neat with any of our garden themes, transfers. Joining, I was going to show you what we did earlier in the live, so you want to go back and check out Coffee, Tea, or Me. I think it's kind of funny, pretty clever. Coffee, Tea, or Me from the transfer Hug in a Mug. That will be available July 6th. All right, let's put some chalk or some wax paste. Either Couture's or this min wax, it doesn't really matter. Just a finishing wax. Can't find my can opener. This is, you know, keep our background paints down and keep our transfers from sticking to it. Going on top, strawberry jam. I got this in the retirement transfers that were retired. Some of them were released earlier this month. They are already sold out. So my point is, we got some more transfers retiring. I've posted the list in Odessa Rose Creates. I'll try to get some photos out there too. So if there's anything you got your eye on, you might want to go check it out. Make sure that it's not retiring on that list that I posted, so you can go grab it. I never bought this one before, and I thought, oh, that's kind of fun. I think it'll be neat on this palette board, which is my favorite surface. And so I went and grabbed it. Same with that apple pie that I used for the lattice on here. I probably may never make the whole apple pie thing, but I kind of like that lattice on there. And you never know when you need some strawberries or you need something off of a transfer. And I like to go hunting for things in my stash of transfers. Okay. These fit on here perfectly, and you just gotta get them lined up perfectly. Alright. Like I said, I'm gonna do this all in one color, or blacks and browns marbled together. Kind of makes the black not so black and starch. But you know, you got these diagonal boards, and a lot of them are, one's maybe a little higher than the other. So make sure you press down along those seams of the two boards so you have a better print that way. Just take your time and follow the seams. Where's my black? I grabbed Storm instead of black, looks like. We got black and we got bark. This bark's about gone, but I think I have some backups. A backup one. But we won't need much. I'm almost tempted to put a little bit of Storm in my mix here. These are all the older formulas, so they still require a little attention, some water now and then, compared to our new ones, our new formulas. Okay, so kind of like the hot mess, if you know what the hot mess is. I'm just gonna put some colors around, and they're just gonna kind of blend together as we go. This black kind of overtakes, so don't use too much black. Or don't go over it a lot of times, because once you start really smearing it in, it pretty much takes over and everything will end up black, which sometimes that happens. And it's just the way it is. And that's not, it's not a bad thing, but if you really want to try to get these other colors to come out, try not to overdo it. Overdo the mixing. I might even take the big 4-inch squeegee and do this, because we're gonna try to S it down. Usually, no, I'm gonna go back to this. I feel better doing it with this. I think it got a little bit more control. So you try to get all the silk screen. But if you miss a little bit, you can go back and go over it. And you'll see a little areas. All right. Personally, I'm going to just put this back in my black, because once you mix it back in with your black, you're going to be good. So now we just want to skim it down. And dump off your squeegee every time you end your here, so you're not over mixing the chalk paste on your transfer. Alright, I'm done. You can see all the colors. I'm going to peel this off. Ugh. There. Strawberry jam. In neutrals. Turned out pretty good. I've got to lay this puppy down. We're going to dry this board and we'll be done. Woo! It's hot down here today. I went for a walk this morning and I think it just got me all hot. Even though it wasn't hot out, it was very nice out. Oh my goodness, this looks so pretty. So pretty. Some of that lattice look is not really there, but it's there. But it's really cool. You gotta look for it. That's okay. I'm happy with it. Of it. Zoom in so you can see some of that lattice. Where it turned dark, it's there, it's just darker, which is good because it doesn't give a lot of contrast fighting the overall top print, which was the strawberry jam. So it's not fighting it, which is good. So it looks pretty cool. Yeah. I'd hang that in my kitchen. I'm going to kind of wipe some of this black off right there. Got black paste. There. Looks pretty good. Yeah. So thanks for joining me today. We made the coffee, tea, or me, and our strawberry jam. Whoop. Whoop. So if you missed this, go back and watch. This is off a transfer that's coming in July. Hug in a Mug. And then the me I took from a welcome transfer. Just do the ME. Okay? So go check that out. Alright guys, have a great day. It's what, getting close to lunchtime maybe for some of us. And then I have to go to a meeting. So I will talk with you later. Probably tomorrow. I will want to chalk, but what I really need to do is clean my house because my in-laws are coming this weekend for our grandson's first birthday party. So, you know, chalk, play, then work, or work, then play. I'm not sure. But I may see you tomorrow. Bye. Chalk with you later.